solve a problem. Ms. B bought 132 cupcakes. They came in packages of 1 dozen, and we know that 1 dozen is 12. First, how many packages does she purchase? B, if each package cost her $6, how much did she spend, or how much did she pay? So the first thing we need to do is think about what the problem is asking us. We know she bought 132 cupcakes and that there were 12 in a package. So in my head, I'm picturing boxes or cases of a dozen cupcakes in a stack until she got 132 of them. If I'm trying to figure out how many packages she purchases, I know that this is going to be a smaller number than 132, so I'm going to divide, not multiply. So I'm going to do my problem as 132 divided by 12. That also can look like 132 divided by 12. The first thing I'm going to do is set up my table on the other side. Now, because I'm dealing with 100, I'm going to start off by tens. So I'm going to say 12 times 10 is 120. 12 times 20 is 240. 12 times 30 is 360. 12 times 40 is 480. And I'm going to stop there because I can see that 120 is less than 142, but 240 is greater than 132. So I can't use that number. So I'm going to use my 10. I'm going to put my 10 here as my partial quotient, and I'm going to put 120 here because that's what 10 times 12 is, and I'm going to subtract. And I've made sure that I'm aligning my numbers so I can subtract correctly. 2 minus 0 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, do I need to do anything else? Well, yes, because this number isn't 0. So, since I did 10s on the first try, I'm going to cross out these zeros and cross out these zeros because I don't need them anymore. And I'm going to say 12 times 1 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36, 12 times 4 is 48. What number is closest without going over? Well, that's 1. 12 times 1 is 12. So I'm going to put 1 here. I'm going to put my 12 here. Careful to line them up correctly. And I'm going to subtract. And because I've reached 0, I'm finished. These are my two partial quotients. 10 plus 1 is 11. So I know that Ms. B bought 11 packages of cupcakes, each with a dozen in them. Well, now I want to know how much she spent because she bought them by the dozen. And I know she bought 11 dozen cupcakes. So, because now I want a bigger number than 6, I know I have to multiply. I'm not dividing anymore. My numbers are going to get larger. So, I am going to erase this because I don't need it, and it's going to complicate. Erase this because I don't need it. I'm going to remind myself of my math, and I'm going to say 11 times 6. I could say 11 times $6, which would be 600. If I'm going to do it that way, I'm going to put the larger number on the front, on the top. Okay? So, 0 times 1 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, 6 times 1 is 6. I'm going to put my 0 here because that's the first thing I do when I go to the next level. I'm going to say 0 times 1 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, and 6 times 1 is 6. Now I'm going to add them. And while we haven't worked with decimals specifically, you just always keep the decimal 2 places behind. So I'm going to do, well, I'm going to wait till the end. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus nothing is 6. I'm 2 decimals out, so I'm going to put 2 decimals here. I'm going to put my dollar sign, and I know that she spent $66 on cupcakes for her class.